Wolves fans, what is up? Another night, another win, another roller coaster. 27-point lead, third quarter meltdown, down to a 5-point lead in the fourth quarter. How often have we seen that? I will never understand it, but we will go into that later. However, some huge performances. Let's get some breakdowns, so let's jump in. What's up, everyone? My name is Ryan. Welcome to the Sixth Wolf Show. Again, a show that's for the fans, no media. It's just hype. It's frustrations. It's everything in between. All the emotions that we actually live through. Just fans talking basketball. So let's jump in. First of all, it's so great having Grady back. It just feels so good when he's calling games, especially when you're watching the pregame of the Wolves and you hear his voice. You're like, okay, tonight's going to be a good night, even better than I think it's going to be. So starting off, really just the consistent theme so far starting the season is that we're beating the teams we're supposed to beat. Even though it got down to a 5-point lead, you never really thought the Wizards were going to win. You hate that it gets down that low, I guess, but we came out with the W, so that's a consistent theme. We're going to keep stacking wins in the beginning of the year. That's going to help us at the end of the year, whereas last year, like I said in the last episode, that we lost these games that we were supposed to win, and that really hurt us towards the end of the year, and we were fighting for that, one of those last seeds in the playoffs. And we also did it tonight without Jaden McDaniels. This is the first game in, over 100 games that he has missed, which is pretty crazy. And I think as Wolves fans, we probably take that for granted a little bit, that we see him out there on the court every night. And he's on the court producing every single night. So that's unfortunate to see him go down, especially when he's probably playing the best basketball of his career. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about this. Jaden McDaniels is the leading three-point percentage shooter in the NBA at 53%. Let's say that again. Jaden McDaniels of the Timberwolves is the leading three-point percentage shooter in the NBA as of today at 53%. I mean, he's put in some work this offseason, and it's showing. Again, unfortunately, he got hurt, but hopefully he can bounce back quick and get right back into the groove of things once his wrist is all healed up. I want to first start off by talking about Jalen Clark. He's a game changer, man. He hustles. He is what you want in a role player right now. Chris Finch said it best pregame. He's like a dog chasing a car. He just doesn't stop. And you can see that when he picks guys up full court, he is on them. He is sticking on them, and he moves his feet so quickly. He has one of the quickest shuffling feet I've seen in the NBA. And he's starting to knock down open threes, which is a huge improvement compared to last year. Guys are leaving him open in the corner, and Jalen's starting to knock down those threes and confident shooting those, where maybe last year he wasn't that confident. He had a few, sprint from behind steals where he taps the ball right to his teammate. He's not knocking it out of bounds. He's sprinting. He's tapping it forward, gets on the other possession. He's very opportunistic. He's a game changer, a momentum changer, and he needs to keep it up because he's just going to see those minutes increase. Just a few minor notes before we get into Rob Dillingham. Donte, I think he's playing great. He's doing a lot of small things, but his shot is coming along, and his shot right now is so pretty. The way he releases it, the arc that he's got on it. Right now he's playing well. Good to see Bones Highland get in the game, get some minutes, obviously, because Jaden is not playing. Bones got in there, but he jumped right in. He hustled. A lot of hustle plays, loose balls he went for, hit some threes. Hustling plays where he got some layups, so that was really good to see. A good role model, I guess you want to say, for the other players on the team. And Rob Dillingham, Rob's speed, man. He's got the speed, and that's one of the differentiators for him. He brings that element to our team that we really don't have anywhere else on the roster for that speed. But still some questionable shots. His shots are getting blocked when he's going up for some floaters. He's got that small frame, and he's still a little bit timid. And yeah, just some still questionable shots that he's taking. And he had a quick pull in the fourth quarter, and I almost think he took a step back this game compared to last game. Finch gave him some more playing time, and he just didn't take advantage of it, man. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think it, again, like I said before, I think something happened at the end of last season. A conversation was had where his confidence is just not there. Love that Finch is trying to give him the minutes. He's getting him those rotation minutes. But right now, it's just he's got some flashy plays, but it's nothing consistent. And he's got some work to do, and that's a big position for us if we are going to go far this year. And then Naz Reid. The Naz Reid show continues, just like yesterday. And the Naz Reid show continues. Just like last game where he's bringing the energy. He's got a smile on his face. He's driving to the hoops. He's hitting his corner threes. And he's been in double digits 5 out of the last 6 games. So that's up and coming. He's hitting 47% from the three-point line over the last 3 games. And he's just playing loose and free and joyful. And that's the Naz Reid that we love to see. And shout out to Jim Pete tonight during the ball game. He said the rim is starting to look like the rim of a hula hoop for Naz Reid, and that's a scary thought for our 6-man. And then, of course, we've got to give some love to Julius Randle. It's kind of weird this year. He's playing at an all-NBA team level, and those 32-point nights, like he had 32 and 10. He had a double-double tonight, but he's bringing it every single night. And now that's kind of what we expect. You know, if Ant isn't bringing it like he was tonight, he was 1 for 8 on threes at one point. He was 5 for 19 with 18 points. Just wasn't having it tonight, and we have to have somebody step up. And all season so far, Julius has been that guy that's been stepping up for us and carrying us to these victories. And then, of course, you got to shout out Rudy Gobert. Just watching him during this game, we always hear it, like he affects the game so much, the little things that you don't see, that you only see on tape. And it was I honed in tonight looking at that when some of the Wizard players were driving to the hoop and he just puts his arms up, backtracking towards the hoop, and they kick it out to somebody they don't want to shoot a 3 and they miss it. Those are the things that don't show up in the box score, but you do see it on tape. And that's why Tim Conley was like, no, I'm not trading Rudy Gobert. He affects the game and makes their offense do things they don't want to do, that only shows up on tape. Now let's talk about the third quarter woes. And this goes back, man, how many, 2-3 seasons that this team, whatever their mindset is when they come out of halftime, I don't know if it's coaching, I don't know if it's the players, or if it's just natural human trait that you're up by 27, you take the foot off the gas a little bit. You don't have the energy. You know, I played basketball my whole life, and I always hated halftime, or after halftime. I hated halftime because after halftime, I was cold. I had some chills. My energy wasn't there that I had in the first and second quarter. It took me a little bit to get going. You know, I was not a professional. These guys are professionals and trained to do this, so I just don't know what it is that's when you should step on the throat and put them away. So in the fourth quarter, you put your reserves in, you get your starters some rest. I just don't know what the answer is to this. It seems like Finch is on him, and he's trying to coach him through it, but you know, where's the start? Is it Ant? You know, in the past, we've seen him like, yeah, I should have had more energy. I should have done this. I should have done that. But yeah, just a question for you guys. What do you think about that? This third quarter, we all feel it when the third quarter starts. Like, oh, here we go again. It's 27, 15, we're fine. 10, okay, 5 points in the fourth quarter. We're down to 5 points in the fourth quarter against the Wizards. Any hoo-has. We won. It was good, but we got to figure that out because against good teams, that's not going to fly. And we saw that against Denver the other night. So just my final thoughts. Wolves 120, Wizards 109. Julius had 32 and 10. Naz Reid 28 and 5. The Wolves fans, that's back-to-back nights where Target Center got a free Chick-fil-A. It's really cool to watch it on TV, and you can hear the crowd just going nuts. But back-to-back nights where you get a free Chick-fil-A, that's pretty cool. And just a couple Wizards notes, too. They're a rough basketball team this year, and I do feel sorry for all of the Wizards fans and that fan base. And to think that there were rumors that Tim Conley wanted to go there and turn that franchise around just because he's from that area seems absurd now. Kaishan George out of Miami. That dude can play. You know, watching him, he had 23 points, 7 boards, 7 assists, almost a triple-double against our defense. Super fun young player. So that's, I guess, one of the only positives I saw, along with their fight to get back within 5. But George, he's a cool player that, you know, you don't get to see play a lot on TV or really in person. So that part of the future is bright for Washington. Big picture, good teams beat bad teams. We're doing that consistently this year. We're stacking early wins. We're building the cushion we need to hopefully last throughout the season. We'll see as we play tougher teams here coming up. We got a pretty tough road trip coming up that includes OKC. along with some cup games too. It's one of the games, or one of the goals that the Wolves had, is to win that in-tournament cup this year. So I think it's fun. Why not? Go for it. Make some more money for those guys. A little bit more motivation. I think that's pretty cool. So Wolves fans, drop your comments below. What did you like? What are you worried about? What stood out? Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you joining the 6th Wolf Show, and we'll talk to you after a dub in Phoenix. See you guys.